Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where we play amazing tabletop role playing games together. This is Saturday as we play here in April of 2024. Wow, just crazy to say such things. Living in the future that is the present. And we are continuing our it started off pitched as a quarterly that would run for 3 months, but we may be extending it a little bit longer. We've already had conversations. I'm very excited. We're definitely heading all the way up to May the 4th. Now, if you're watching this in the month of May or April, there is a mini con that the community we're all part of, the Open Hearth community, is hosting. It's a Star Wars themed May the 4th be with you mini con that will be running from the Thursday before May the 4th, so Thursday the 2nd, all the way to Sunday, Cinco de Mayo, some might say. So lots of games on the event calendar that are out there, and a number of them still have some space for folks. If you are interested, I will stick a link in the show notes to this particular episode to that event. Definitely want to have more. There have been games that have been posted this week, like they're continuing to go up, and so keep your eyes peeled. There's my commercial for the game, because you can't see that I'm drinking Pepsi Zero, so I can't do a commercial for Pepsi Zero, but it is my favorite drink.
Yeah, but if
So
you did, it would go a little something like.
so we are playing Fellowship. Fellowship is a game uh, by Polish Velmini. It is a game inspired by, of course, as you would think, Lord of the Rings, but also travel adventure game, anime, manga. There's a whole host of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and other aspects of anime manga that have influenced the development of this Power by the Apocalypse RPG. I have foolishly tried to combine several books of Fellowship into this Franken game that we are playing, and there's a lot of moving parts, but we are making it work. Mostly because I lean upon, or sometimes just sit upon the broad shoulders of my good friend Tyler. Tyler, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I play Matron Chevelza Henries, who is a Dathomiri witch and is the nemesis in our game. The nemesis is working for Rich's Overlord for the warlord Singe, but at the same time has their own sort of goals and desires, and that means they sort of flop around back and forth to help the Fellowship, to tempt the Fellowship, to occasionally hurt the Fellowship. It's a little bit on the maybe Darth Vader concept of, can kind of turn on the big villain at the end and be redeemed, because everything's forgiven if you do something nice at the end of your life. And the so far we've seen her be threatening and mean to poor Darren's family, and be interested in her home planet of Dathomir. We get the impression that her main goal is to try and free it, and that she does not really like this Zinj guy very much.
But why? He's a warlord. That's so nice and adorable. No, he is not. So let's jump over to Kay. Kay, introduce yourself. Tell us about your character, please.
Yeah, hi, I am Kay, the she and they variete, and I am playing Darren von Vorlock, our heir from the recently discovered Vorin planet that happens to have their own sort of innate power called the stillness, which seems to be some kind of variation on the Force. Currently, has this cool little device he found on his planet. I think it's called like a Sith hollow, And he just keeps that where it is best kept, which is baby Bjorn directly above his heart, and finds himself, as a sort of student slash in between the might of Matron Chevelsa and Oron, our former Jedi. And then, last week while they were doing a Dathomiri ambush, he might have gone a little judge, jury, and executioner and murdered several Imperial based individuals, even when it was a danger to civilian life. Currently being carried like a sack of potatoes running from a bomb. I think that's all you need to know about him. Oh, he glows gold sometimes when he feels the tense emotions. Enjoyed that.
That's true. This tree's quite gold now.
He's quite gold. He's fully
shiny
gold.
gold. It's true. You're very much like the Sovereign in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Kay. And next up, we're going to jump to Cody.
Yo, hello, hey, it's me. I'm Cody. I use the he, him pronouns. I'm playing Oron the Jedi, also he, him. Oron is he's a kind of an Obi-Wan Kenobi of the series, right? He's a middle-aged, late middle-aged Jedi, hoping to follow the will of the Force and impart some wisdom upon young Von Vorlok, though at the moment that seems quite difficult to do. And after failing to be inspiring last time, he's had to act fast to save Darren, but alas, he couldn't save everyone, it seems. And we'll deal with that, I suppose. That's all you need to know, really. That's me. You got it. You're done.
Sure. Yeah, and Oron is the one carrying Darren, in case.
Oh yes, of course.
He is the one with the sack of Darren potatoes.
Yes, Darren potatoes.
Darren potatoes.
Last but not least, for now, we have Steven and his character. So, Steven, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about the character you're currently playing.
Yeah. So my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Nanta, whose pronouns are also he, him. And Nanta's an Ewok. You can see a picture over here. And Nanta joined the rebellion after a fight on his home planet, home moon of Endor. And he's troublesome, but enjoys a good meal, enjoys a good, let's play around and do this thing, and gets himself into enough trouble. Yeah.
Is it enough trouble?
So the last time we saw him, he had snuck down into the poison making machinery and killed someone and stuffed them into the machine so it exploded. And it was a big explosion, so we don't know what's coming out of that. Yes.
Yeah, and on our previously on here on Dathomir, we see that machine, which rewatching the video, for some reason I described was the size of a Yugo. I wonder how many dozens of people in the world even know what the hell that means. A smart car? Maybe I should have said, perhaps, one of those little cute little coupes, about that size. Anyway, it exploded and there was this noxious green smoke that billowed out and everyone was running away, coughing, screaming, and then the smoke, because Nanta's got little stumpy little legs, we see it envelop him, and then we see this like blackened silhouette that falls to its little knees. Nanta. Oh, before we go, do we have any start of session moves that I need to not forget?
Yeah, I have one here. It says, let the fellowship win. That's weird. Do I need to roll for that? It's like just 2d6 flat, I guess.
Oh, 2d6
7
flat?
higher.
Yeah.
Win 7 higher win, 6
I don't
plus.
Where is
fail.
what row is that on? I don't
It's here. It's right under here under you busted.
see your
I got you, man.
typing.
It's on row 69 420, Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler can confirm, right? 69 420.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
exactly
gosh.
that one. Column
Stop
420,
it with the
row
code.
69.
Okay. So I assume I've been punked. Good job, but
we bullied you, dude. Okay, good work. We got his ass. He had to turn his camera off. He's busted.
oh, I had to turn my camera off because it's getting all fuzzy, just like my brain. There are no start of session moves. Then I assume from that response, we will begin. Nanta, let me ask you a question. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how the Ewok people, especially Nanta, what are the stories of the afterlife on the forest moon of Endor?
It is of course a forest. And there is the sun shines down all the time. It is always bright and sunny, and the sun actually appears as um, a benevolent figure and will reach down and pick you up and put you into your home of homes among the trees, and you'll see all the friends that you have of the past lives. This is why um, whenever my people were introduced to the Golden Protocol droid, we thought this was a representative of the sun who had come down to show us how we could find our ultimate homes.
Oh, that's lovely and important. Your eyes are burning. You can't breathe. You feel your life slipping away. And for a moment, when you look, all you see is this green smoke around you. Then all the pain slips away, and the fog parts. Like perhaps you were on a mountain and you pass through the cloud cover, and on the other side you see this beautiful bright yellow golden sun smiling down upon you. And when you look around, you see the tree houses of your people. You turn around, seeing that you are surrounded by old friends, family members, all waving to you from these perfect little homes. But when you've turned a full 180 to look back where you came from, you see that green smoke, and you see a female figure standing in the smoke. And for a moment, you think, is that Matron Cheval's Henri's? But it's not. There's something about her eyes, something that seems familiar and similar, but different. Like looking on someone's sister or their aunt, perhaps. You see this woman, and she stands in that smoke, and she's offering you a hand. Even though we have three different books of a singular game, Rich has decided to steal from a different game. And there's a move on the move reference, which has been revealed to all of you now.
Oh my God.
You must make a last breath roll. So, those who've never played Dungeon World, this is a modified Dungeon World move. When you're dying, you catch a glimpse of what lies in the great beyond. Then roll. Just roll plus nothing. Yeah, death doesn't care how tough or cool you are. On a 10 plus, you've cheated death. You're in a bad spot, but you're still alive. The Overlord will necrotic a stat to represent what was lost. On a 7 to 9, death will offer you a bargain. Take it and stabilize, or refuse and pass to the beyond into whatever fate awaits you. On a miss, your fate is sealed. You're marked as death's own, and you'll cross the threshold soon. The GM will tell you when.
Wow.
So yeah, you roll plus nothing. You don't have to look at your stats or anything. You can just jump onto that little rolling room that I've linked to everybody, and let's have you take that roll, because I'm really curious how this is going to go. Maybe we should Oh, there we go. Is that roll? Is that a roll I see before me already?
No, no, I have
No,
not
that's
rolled
your
yet.
last roll. Good, good, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
the
Yes,
So
proper.
let me
that's what
roll.
led to this.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
led to this. The 6 from before. All right, so
Yeah.
this is 2d6 flat. Good luck, or not luck, as the case may be.
I clicked the button. Let me click it again. There it goes.
Oh, that is an 11. Wow. Wow, baller.
Hell
Yes.
yeah, Nanta.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm going to describe how this looks a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I turn around and I see, the people who have all passed before me. And standing in front is another Ewok who looks a little bit paler than I am. He has paler fur and like stripes, and he steps forward and I greet him, Nanta. Um, this is my namesake. Um, and my name is actually Ramba. Um, and whenever I was in the Great War with the skeleton people, um, Nanta was actually our storyteller and dreamed of going off world and learning more about the stories of our people and the people that are out there. And we were fighting the evil that had come to our planet, and I encouraged him to come with us. And he was struck down, and um, this was actually seen in one of the movies, and I couldn't believe it. And I shook him, and he was gone. And after the war ended, I took on his name as my namesake and left the planet itself. Um, so to honor him, and I was always a fighter from another village before they had um uh the the village had been destroyed by the Empire. And as I turn to him, um I think he reaches out and he says, Romba, your story is not done. And I turn back and I see the Chevelsa that is not Chevelsa. And I step forward, and um what is Chevelsa's response as I step towards them?
Another voice comes from her mouth that sounds unlike Matron Chevelsa Henri's. She says, the invaders, they have come to our home and rip the marrow from the bones. You must stop them. Taran Malakos must be destroyed. Take my hand, little one. I bring you. You come.
Have I not done enough already? Is we stopped the poison,
You've
right?
done nothing.
But it's so hard. And I reach forward and put my little paw into her hand and cough as the green smoke surrounds me.
Awesome. So, Oron and Darren. Oron, you Jedi speed run away. This smoke billows out. You save Darren from the explosion. Um, and you realize there was a moment when you saw Zop, and then when you looked back, he was gone. He was not in the explosion that you recall, but he is not here. And you and Darren have made your way out of it. It continues to kind of billow out in the bowl of this little valley. And you see the people who ran away, who start coughing, and they thought they were clear, gasping for breath, and they fall to the ground and twitch. What do you do?
I um oh boy. I I drop Darren into the dirt, and I wish I had a thing that would let me do this. What I want to do is I'm gonna narrate fictionally what I do. Rich, you tell me what to roll. What I would like to do is find my center and then reach out with the force to kind of push away this smoke, this gas, whatever, like what they're coughing on. I want to give everyone like a really deep breath of fresh air to try and fill their lungs with something good and not what's causing this cough, this hack, this suffocation.
I look upon your elder arts, and there is nothing quite
I know.
for such a thing.
I know.
It's
I just wanted to
okay.
use the force. I was
I
trying.
want you to use the force as well. You're trying to save people, which is just lovely. And
we can just say this as well. You know, perhaps I'm not able to find that center. It is pretty it's pretty hectic right now, and truly Oron is a little flabbergasted with Darren's behavior. So I will pull out. I have an item, a bottle of alien wine that is healing, and I would like to offer swigs of that to everyone who's around me. Any of the people who, and any of the slaves who are escaping, who seem to be particularly having a hard time, I'm going to bring it to their lips, give them something to drink, and hopefully take care of them. I technically only have 2 uses of it, so I will use all of them to do so, if that is allowed.
Okay, so let's take a look at that gear, because I want you to use up your gear. This makes me happy. Alien wine, healing drunk, 2 uses. Sweet. Here's what happens. Oron, you see the devastation. The fight has, like, the fight's over at this point. You guys defeated those who you could, and the smoke took care of the rest. So you move over to one of the slaves, and they look at you with cataracted eyes, and their face is drawn in this painful rictus, and you bring this alien wine to their lips, and they drink and then clutch at it, and you see it work its magic and begin to heal them. Darren.
Yes.
Oren's no longer carrying you. He set you down. You see him move over quickly to give aid, succor, to one of the people who were enslaved here. You recognize that Zop is no longer here. You're not sure where Nanta went. What are you doing?
I think there's just like a solid moment of him just like leaning back, panting on the ground, like trying to get a hold of himself and the adrenaline, and just like his hands are shaking against the dirt as he's trying to grip it, like grip something to steady himself uh for a moment. And after that moment passes, if nothing else happens, I think he stands up kind of shakily, making his way towards Oron, reaching into his own pack where he does have back to spray, to try and see if he can help another of the enslaved individuals.
Excellent. So, Darren, you right yourself. Oron has been able to save the life of one of these people. You start with your back to spray, and as you move closer, you realize, oh, I think this was one of the Knight brothers, one of the Zabraks. His body is lying at a twisted angle. His skin, the pallor of it is unnatural. And as you bend down, he starts to shift and move. Um, and as you take a knee, his head snaps up, and you see his eyes are phosphorescent green. And he opens his mouth, and lets out this unearthly groan. It starts to crawl towards you. What do you do?
Oh, I'm trying to help, and he's like holding out the sort of Bacta canister, like
He
in front
grabs
of
your
him.
wrist. Perhaps he wants the Bacta, but then he brings it close, and you see him. He's going to bite your hand.
Oh, absolutely not. I fucking just my Beskar sword is slicing through that goddamn wrist so quick. Not
Oh,
my wrist, the wrist
oh,
of
okay. I
the
was about
hand
to say,
holding
wow,
it.
you gave him a wrist. Awesome. He's thankful. He'll be good.
No, slicing through the wrist of the hand holding my wrist.
Sure. That sounds like a thing I'd like to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can jump straight to overcome. Um, you're attempting to avoid the harm something will cause.
Yeah.
So you get to choose the stat you think is
I
appropriate.
think this is blood.
That seems about right.
That seems about right. I am reacting with violence. A 7.
Hey, that's great. Hold on a second. Let's just double check a thing. You haven't damaged any stats like blood. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you're very smart.
No.
Yeah, 7. You're so good at this. You are great at avoiding damage. 7 to 9, choose one. Pay a price to take the 10 plus result. 10 plus will stop the obstacle threat, cut or move from causing harm. Create a temporary solution is the other option. So you can pay a price to take that 10 plus, or you can get a temporary solution. Temporary solution will delay the threat, but when time is up, it'll be back in force.
Do I get I know different games handle this differently. Will you tell me what the price is to take the 10, or is that a mystery?
Oh, no, no, no. That's the great question to ask. So pay the price often means using up some piece of gear. I think also I could damage I think damaging a stat's what it would do, so that doesn't seem like a fair trade. What other price options are there in pay the price, Tyler?
You could there are narrative things, there are bonds you could give out, you could lose a bond with someone or with one of your companions if they can assist. There's gear if you could do it. A stat would be one, but you're right. If that's already the consequence, that probably doesn't make sense. Um, but those are your pay the prices.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what I will give you an option. You can either lose one of the back to sprays, one of the uses, like you had it out and the thing ends up, you destroy it in your fight, or you can damage one of because I would imagine Churdal's here. So you could damage one of Churdal's stats as he comes in to help.
I'll lose the one of the back displays.
All right, cool. You slice off its wrist. It does not react in pain, and continues to try to move up your body, but you're able to dispatch it. It moves like a puppet on a string, unnaturally.
And I think I sort of hold the blade towards its throat, and I'm like, who are you inside this man's corpse?
And it tries to bite at you.
I Yeah, I think Darren just sinks the blade through his throat.
Yeah, you sink the blade through his throat. It tries to move up the blade. It does not seem to need to breathe.
Okay, I cut off the head. It's a
And then
zombie.
you slip the head off. Oran, you save the life of one of these slaves and look up to see Darren behead one of them.
Yeah, Oron stands, snaps his lightsaber on, and goes to. Well, Darren finishes off, kills one of them. So he holds his lightsaber pointed at Darren, and what are you doing? You have done enough. Put your blade down.
I went to, and he like looks to like the rolled off can of Bacta spray, and it's like I was trying to help, and it attacked me again. It was possessed. Its eyes were green.
And then
Is this true?
The smoke is starting to dissipate, and you see 6 other bodies starting to stand up.
I promise, Oron.
One of them lets out a howl, and the other 5 join it in its howl.
I quickly wish to sense the arcane. I want to use my Elder Might ability, which allows me to check off a different Elder Art. So I'm going to check off Camouflage. I want
Listen,
to.
It's no Star Trek in this game. This is Star Wars game. Okay, so
What?
nothing. It's really
Oh, I see.
dumb.
Okay.
Dumb dorky joke. I'm a dad, so I get to make dad jokes. That's my one for the whole 3 hour.
It's fine. You're good. You're good. I assume it was the checkoff. Okay.
Yeah, it was. Good job. You're with me now.
I was like trying to read what I was saying. I was like, oh, I missed what he said. Yeah, I want to quickly ascertain the nature of this situation. I want to sense the arcane, sense the force. These things rising, they are not living. They are
not living.
Okay. So then Oron will take his saber, move the point from Darren, and look towards these creatures surrounding us. Are there any other survivors?
There are no other survivors. Zop is gone. Chirdal is with you. There's the survivor. Sorry. There's one other survivor. Chirdal. 2 of you. Nanta disappeared. Thankfully, do not see Nanta among these 6 unliving things. These walking dead, one might say.
Then, yeah, Oron wants to get to Chirdal to make sure that Chirdal is safe as well. And we need to go, Darren. We need to get out of here. I don't know what happened. I don't know what this is. We need to. Quick point of order. Last time I sensed and knew that the enemy here, Terran Malikos, was in this tower, correct? Okay. We need to press on. Darren, keep up. Protect Chirdal.
Sounds like you want to get away.
Yes, I think that is what I want to do. I want to get out of this and to the tower.
Oh, good. That seems like a very safer place for sure. For sure.
Oh, Richard.
Please roll plus grace.
All right, rolling plus grace.
I think bonds are like you guys don't have bonds with each other at this moment, or no, one was so you're not rolling in hope. Just double checking.
Good question. I think they got severed last time.
Yeah, we're not in a great place with each other.
And if they're doing something in collaboration, then now it's despair.
Oh, nasty. I still have a bond. It looks like Darren's bond broke with me.
But they're not reciprocal. You've got to have them both.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, we don't both have bonds back and forth.
So you're gonna roll 3d6 and take the 2 poorest results.
Ooh,
you know what? That's okay, because I have a special thing that lets me get an extra thing no matter what. So taking the 2 lowest, cool. A 2 and a 2, awesome. Plus a 2, great. Gets a 6. So that's a failure. Rich, I hope you feel really good about yourself. I also have a move Poetry in Motion. When you get away, you may choose an extra option from the list, even on a 6-. So I still get to choose an option. So hold your horses, mister.
Sure, go ahead and choose your option.
Hold your father-ears, as they say in the galaxy far, far away.
They really
get away. There we go. We are going to grab someone nearby and get them with you. I make sure Chirdal. Oh, but no, we failed to get there, so we have to choose one that gets us there. Oh no! Oh boy! You get there quickly, you get there quietly, or you grab someone nearby and bring them with you. I don't want to grab someone nearby then and get them with me, because that would mean that we don't actually get there, and Cherdal would then not get there too. Maybe Cherdal rolled better.
You didn't.
Okay, the only option, you grab someone nearby and bring them with you. I'd rather Cherdal be safe with us than we get away from Cherdal and avoid harm. Like, that's not going to happen. You get there quickly, avoiding any harm along the way. I can't choose that on a 6-. I failed. Right?
You can choose whatever you like of the options. You have that you have this cool move that lets you choose the option. You feel
You
free to
rat.
take what you like best.
That rich, the tone of his voice.
Yeah, he's really just digging the knife in. Okay, I'm gonna say we get there quickly, avoiding any harm along the way. What are you gonna do with that, sir? Again, I did get a 6, so I fail. Hard move, I guess.
Matron Chevelza Henris. It's a little bit of story time here because I'm curious. If you could tell us a bit about what has happened on Voron to Lofira von Warlock.
Oh my God, Rich, you're really going for the jugular. Like,
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. I do.
If you will indulge me a moment then. We see Her Majesty in perhaps her more inner sanctum. And as she's standing, perhaps, preparing to do something, from the shadows steps Chevelza. Your Majesty. She sort of turns. No. I have come to give you an offer. The warlord Singe wishes to make an example. If you choose to do exactly as I tell you, then you will survive this day. If you do not, well, I will bring back your corpse and it still will do exactly as I tell it. But you will not survive. She sort of starts. And we get one of those scenes where, as Chevelles is describing it, we see the action taking place. So like she says, Your Majesty, tell your households that you wish to make an announcement. Empty as many as possible from your palace to the parade ground. And we see the people going and forming up. We see the big holo projection of the Queen, and it's probably going out across the planet. You will announce that you have decided to join with the rebellion, that you are casting aside the warlord Zinj. And we see the people are kind of standing there. There's a bit of this cheer. And if you will trust me, we will leave this place. And I will reunite you with your brother. But until the death of the warlord Zinj, you will no longer be queen. You will forego your name and your identity, and you will remain secretly with the rebellion. Do you agree? I think does she accept that, Rich?
I think Lofira would, as a queen, I must know what happens to my people. I will not abandon them, not even for the sake of my brother.
Another will take the throne, and he will work with the warlord Zinj. However, once an example is made, the warlord's attention will look away from this planet. And when the time is right, you will return. You will overthrow the usurper, and we will destroy Zinj. But one way or another, this planet will fall to Zinj. Question is, will you be there to help pick up the pieces and lead your people? Or will you not?
I don't think we see her answer, but we do skip ahead perhaps to what happens after she disappears.
As she's making the announcement, we see Cheval's kind of standing off camera with her, and Cheval's kind of looks to a link. Have you prepared everything? And we hear the voice of find her name. There she is, Tezzy. The assassin who is a double agent of sorts, but is still one of my companions as well. And we hear back, I have, matron. Good. Then she clicks another button. Target the palace and fire. We see from above that probably all the guys I have left up there is like one of the little battle cruisers, star destroyers, but that's still a pretty good ship as it fires down towards the planet. As it does, Chevalza steps forward. The hollow drops as she touches the queen and says, the force moves through us all. Let us see if it will protect us. And I'm going to touch her, use my trap to pull myself out through the web. I'm going to attempt a getaway so I can take her with me.
Ooh.
And because Tezzy is my companion, I'm going to mark her to give myself advantage on the roll, as we see perhaps one of the Dathomiri gifts we haven't seen in canon, but I think makes sense as she rides the force to appear on her ship with Tezzy.
That's awesome. And I feel like we've seen Chevalza pull this kind of stuff already in this game. So it feels of a piece. Let us see you run away.
All right.
Rolling with hope.
I got 3 dice, but I got no pluses. So here we go. That's an 8.
Wait, which of those 4s are you choosing? Just the second and the third, or the first and the?
I'll take the first and the third.
Okay, cool. All right, good call. Those total to 8.
So with getaway, that means I'm going to have one choice. It's going to be take someone with me. So Rich, you get just the same as Oren in beautiful symmetry.
No.
I have the same problems that Oren has. What you doing to me?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think you do not get there quietly and do draw attention. And Judas seizes this opportunity during your flight and the fight to proudly proclaim that Thofira abandoned us in our time of need. And he will use this, and those people who are not fanatically loyal to Thofira and their parents, to save the people of Vorlon.
And we appear on my ship, stepping out. I think that we see where Tezzy has set up, and there's like braziers and crystals and all sorts of accoutrement to have helped summon me in. As I look over towards the queen, and say, "Well, it's time I go home." And motion over towards the cockpit. Set course for Dathomir.
With nothing else, we see her start to move as you command, and we cut to Oron and Darren. So remind me again, you chose of the three options, you grab someone nearby and bring them with you. You chose to bring Cherdal with you, the two of you working in concert and bringing your companion along, correct?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I think I flip-flopped a lot, but yes, I think it was the idea was I'd rather be in danger with Cherdal next to us than to get quickly and not have Cherdal with us. So yeah.
Nice. The
Yes,
three
Richard.
of you. Oh, good. Thank you very much. I prefer Overlord Rich, but Richard's fine. So, the three of you rush away from these creatures. You step into the stone tower, which, as we described in last session, 2 weeks hence, a fortnight before, if you look just behind Tyler's head, there is that stone tower. That's what it looks like. You go in at the base of the tower. And Oron, you see markings here that look familiar. They are writings, an ancient Jedi script that long ago you saw in the archives on Coruscant. And these things, they are coming towards you, and you quickly, I would imagine, close the door? Does that seem right? Or would you let them in? I mean, it's totally up to you.
Oh boy. I closed the door. I closed the door, Rich. Overlord, sir.
The door shuts closed with that stone scraping on stone. And the things like slam against it, and you hear their nails scraping against the stone pitifully as they howl again. Darren, you and Cherdal are here. This entryway, you see that there are stairways leading up, like in a circular set of stairways to. And you also see here is Nanta standing up. For a moment, you see just a little glow of green around his sclera, and it slips away as he looks up at you.
Nanda. And there's just like a big smile on Darren's face for a moment as he takes several steps forward. He's like, "Are you all right? I have backup spray. Do you need healing?" And he like immediately kind of like falls to his knees to be at Nanda's level.
Rich, one of my stats should be necrotic.
That's true. I should make that choice now. I will necrotic your courage. I'm a bastard.
Fantastic.
I'm so sorry, but I'm just
No, that's
feeling
fine.
really mean.
It's your job.
And I think I tell you, I kind of wave you off, and kind of stand up. I'm singed, the hair, it stinks of burning hair, right? Burning fur. And I think we need to forge ahead. We need to continue on through this tower.
Yeah. Up we go then. And he'll raise from his knees and start heading up the stairs, sword drawn.
Oron, do you follow this child that leaps before he looks?
Oron is going to see Darren Tendinanta begin leading up the tower. I want to check on Cherdal. Everything seems good with Cherdal.
Cherdal seems pretty wigged out. Cherdal will ask, those things were dead, but not dead.
That is what it seems to be. Dark forces are at work here. We must take heart, be brave, and push on, and perhaps we can put an end to this unnaturalness.
This place is truly cursed.
I believe you may be right, Cherdal. I believe you may be right.
Are you
Come.
trying to inspire him, perhaps talk sense to him? Because
yes, he was wigged out. I want him to be
Yeah.
brave. Yeah. Which is way with words, I think, right? No, that's and they listen, unroll, they will do as you say with hope. Okay. So I think I'm revealing the way.
Ooh,
right?
nice.
So I'm rolling plus wisdom. My wisdom is +1. So just what a huge bonus.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Hey, a 10. Oh man, now we're cooking, baby.
I love it.
On a
So
10
good.
plus, he will do as I say with wisdom, or with hope rather. So Trudal, he's he's
It's good.
jacked up on hope.
Yeah, you lift his spirits. He says, "We must get the prince out of here. He
I agree,
cannot be
Trudal.
allowed to become one of those things. I will have to kill him if he dies." And Cherdal says that as if it makes complete sense.
And it does. And Oron nods. He says, "We will stop it from getting to that point, Cherdal. My friend, we can protect him. Perhaps from himself if necessary."
And then he leans in and he whispers in his tongue, "I do not trust the Ewok any longer."
Oron looks to Nanta. He moves differently than the others. I think we have nothing to fear with him. He is a wounded ally, not a turned creature.
As you say, Master Jedi. This is a motherfucker who lived through the fall of the Order, right? Like he was probably Oh, let me ask this question then. Has Darren always known? Like, has Cherdal always been on Vorlon, or did he arrive at Vorlon sometime when Darren was young?
I think he arrived sometime when Darren was young.
Cool. So yeah, he knows who Jedi are. Good. I like that.
Very badass, Rich.
Thank you.
Again, there is quite a handful of ships that just seemingly crashed on Voron after interesting events happened.
Yay, interesting
And then
events.
they were just stuck there.
Good. As you are moving up these stairs, and I'm imagining they're all hewn stone, slightly uneven, made for the gait of someone taller. So, Nanta, sorry, but it sucks for you. Darren, you hear that voice. You are ascending, rising to your true place of power, Darren. This Terran Malicos is nothing to you. But you need more to defeat him. You need a lightsaber.
And I think in his head, it's kind of like, well, I don't have a lightsaber. I mean, I have there's some dead old chargers on the ships, but I don't really have time to go retrieve that now, do I?
You do not. But there's a lightsaber nearby.
No, there isn't.
Cheerdal will help you procure it. He's sworn to you.
Do you think Cheerdal had, and like it's just like this audacity, he like slows a little like in his head, like, you think Cheerdal has a working lightsaber?
At that moment, I think Oran steps forward and kind of puts his lightsaber in his hand, like lighting the hallway, and puts his hand in front of Darren. And he says, "We must not be too hasty, von Vorlock. We can take our time. We don't want to step into anything we're not prepared for."
And I think with those words, Nanta's still trying to climb up the steps, like reach up and kind of roll over. It's an effort for him to catch up with the rest of you.
In times past, I think Cheerdal has offered to help you in times like this, to carry you. But he does not offer that this time, Nanta. He looks down at you, and there's a moment. He says not a word, but you can hear him. He wants you to fall behind.
Knowing what Cherdal has said to me about Nanta, and I don't believe that. Can I I get in front of Darren, pull the lightsaber out, illuminating the hallway, and I'm going to look back towards the trailing allies and wait. And I'll say, Darren, don't go too far ahead. We don't know what's waiting for us. Nanta, do you need help?
I kind of, wave everyone off and, I'll be fine. And, continue climbing up. I think you can probably see that there's like a trail of like green or burnt fur or, like, some spots left behind, where I've been hurt. Yeah.
Can I offer Nanta, here, do you need a drink? Offer him the last use of my alien healing wine.
Ooh.
I had marked 2 uses previously, but I only actually was able to heal 1 for one of those folks. So
That's
I still
right.
have
You
1
still
left.
have a use. Yes, you do.
Nanta, you pull out this fancy looking wine and it's different from anything Nanta's ever seen before. And Nanta looks at it like, longingly, and then, grabs it and upends it, like just guzzles it. It tastes good.
It does. Drink deep, good friend. Let us gather our breath and gather our spirits for what lurks ahead. I don't like what I feel.
And just this is all going on, and Darren puts 1 + 1 = 2, and just in his head he just like, no.
Nanta, since we're taking a little bit of a break, Nanta will crack out, he'll pull out some food that he has prepared and offer it to Oron, in exchange for the wine.
Yeah, Oron will take a bit of it. Is this the fill your belly move? I can't remember what that does.
Yeah, so fill your belly is a move you can perform. But it happens when you're between scenes. So I think
I was
this
gonna
is
say,
good.
yeah.
This feels like you guys have made it. You've gone up a level, and I think it's the stairs continue further, but you've stopped in this kind of medium level to fill your belly. This area appears to be a place where old scrolls and tomes are kept, right, on stone shelves.
I think Oron takes a bit of food from Nanta, quickly begins chewing it, and I think he can't help himself but to look. He needs to know where has the Force guided him this day.
Nice.
So that heals, that gives me a point of heal. So I'll unmark the damage to my sense. And then is there a move that relates to, I suppose, looking closely at these questions or at these tomes and scrolls?
That feels right. Let me, before we go any further, I just want to check in with my resident expert, Tyler. I am looking for how you heal necrotic. I wrote down the note on the stat, which says it is marked twice, and for the first mark cannot be removed by filling your belly. If it can't be removed by filling your belly, how is it removed? That's the part
It's
where
going to take a long rest, or it's going to take one of those picks at the end of the session.
Oh my! So it's in. Yeah, it's not going
Yeah.
anywhere. Cool. Thank you very much. It should definitely have a price. I'm glad that I know what the price was. Sweet. So you wanted to look closely. That seems like a thing you can certainly do.
I want to point out, since we're doing a couple of mechanical things,
Yes.
Oron, whenever you fill your belly, you can unmark one of your elder arts.
Fucking good looking out, Steven. My guy.
I also have I have bottomless belly. I can use multiple food in order to heal that damage. Anyone else can use one extra food to heal an extra point of damage, but I don't think my bottomless belly would let you unmark a second elder art. Thank you. Yeah.
Cool.
That seems fair.
Wait, so it seems fair that it doesn't, or it does?
A second.
Doesn't. Okay.
It
doesn't do a
could
second.
not do a second. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I have unmarked camouflage. I have also healed the damage from my sense. And here I go, rolling 2d6 plus 3 for looking closely. And I get a 10.
Ooh. Lovely.
So on a 10, I get to ask 3 questions from the list. Anyone can answer, but the Overlord has final say. That's interesting. I don't think I ever noticed that part of it. Tell me about these scrolls. Tell me about this library. How can it hurt me? How can it help me?
Oh. This library has among it tomes about the weaknesses of the Jedi Order and the power of the Sith. It can hurt you by creating doubt. But with that doubt comes knowledge. You can gain 2 new elder arts if you peruse these scrolls.
Okay. All right. Everybody hold on. Everybody chill out. All right. It's going to be cool. Let me ask 2 other questions. Ooh. Is something hidden or out of place? If so, what looks suspicious?
Anyone can answer. So do other folks have ideas as I ponder this question?
I think that there are a couple of books that like stick out from the shelf as if they're not pressed flush to the back. And upon moving them, behind it, you find a picture frame. And inside that picture frame is a picture with like charred or burned or damaged images. And you know Taryn Marcos, so you recognize a younger him. But what you also recognize in that picture is your mentor when you were a Jedi. And they are in this picture in companionable positions.
Oh my.
Nice, good work. Okay, that is perfect. I'm not gonna let the Overlord have any final say. You nailed it on that one. That's so sick.
And also,
Oh,
you
Ooh.
notice at first the holes in the walls, perhaps for allowing movement of air down here, because it's not dusty. There is a film of dust in certain corners and areas where whatever air movement happens, it seems to pile. But you realize that these are about the size of something could easily slither through those holes.
okay.
And this is
Okay.
May I also?
awfully low in the tower. That's another thing you notice. Yes, Stephen, please. I talked over you.
I was gonna say, with your permission, can I suggest another thing that's found?
Oh gosh, this move is so fruitful. I think is another thing
Sorry.
that is found. What is it?
What if behind the books and the scrolls, there's a small hilt, and I think maybe Darren sees that first, and but it's not big enough really to be a lightsaber hilt. Um,
Wow.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell
Steven.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Steven, you nasty, nasty boy. All right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if I may, can Darren grab that if he sees it first?
You can reach for it.
Yeah, he's gonna reach for it.
Yeah,
Uh,
Oren, as soon as
are
Darren reaches for
are
anything,
you
Oren's
okay
gonna
with? Yeah. Are you
oh,
okay with that, Rich?
So what is it? What is it?
It's
I
the
think
light
it's a
whip.
I think it's a
check the
Dathomirian night witch, light witch thing. It's a light whip, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. A light whip? Sure. Yeah, it's a light whip.
as soon as Darren starts reaching his hand anywhere, Oron reaches out and grabs the wrist hard, and then points to the holes. He says, "We do not need to be reaching for things until we fully understand that what it is we are in. Give me a moment more. I feel I have yet one question in my
He's
mind
trying to
left to
keep it
ask."
from you. He wants to keep it from you. He's going to take it for himself. Strike him down. Terra Malicos must die.
I think we see your hand is on the wrist, but the tips of his fingers like clutch against the edge of this. So he's like holding the edge of it. And he feels a finger, like a thumb around the edge, and he's like, then finish your thought, and then I will take it. But he doesn't move his hand from holding the edge of it. Just the slight grip of it.
Well, my final question, Rich, is what
Uh-huh.
will happen if and I'm going to say what will happen if that light whip gets taken?
It's a trap. Whoever grabs and yanks that light away will be covered in poison.
Hmm.
The poison of a baneback spider,
Mm-hmm.
native to Dathomir.
And now, Rich, this isn't a part of my question. So you can
Yeah.
refute these at this point. I have previously spent time on Dathomir, or at the very least in the company of Tyrion Malakos, as we discussed. Do I know that poison? How bad is that poison? Pretty bad, pretty deadly.
Oh,
Oh, here we go.
wait, did I freeze? Okay, good. You made the noise like, oh
I
no.
know I made an O because I saw Stephen hit us with a Wikipedia link to the Bangback Spider. What a king!
Yeah, the baneback spider. Oh my goodness. Yeah, trigger warning for spider pictures. But yes, it is. It is their saliva, and it is extremely deadly.
You're on mute, Cody. I don't know why.
I muted. I have a mute on my microphone, and my
I
dogs
heard
just
you
came
like
running
I heard you
downstairs.
like mutes, so you stuck a mute in your mute.
Exactly.
Nice.
So knowing that it is unfortunately very deadly, Oron won't allow Darren to reap what he sows. So Oron's going to hold firm on Darren's wrist and say, "This is a trap. This shouldn't be here, and it shouldn't be so obviously placed. You should think 2 steps ahead of what you wish to do, Darren. If you take this, there will be pain." And then Oron lets go of Darren's hand and heads towards these interesting scrolls and books and whatnot that have weaknesses of the order.
Oh God. And I think and so there's this moment, right? You grab that book where you're giving into your temptation, right? And your eyes lock onto Darren just in time to see his hand fully enclose that. And he says, without missing a beat, "I will endure whatever pain is necessary to protect my people. And I'd like to overcome."
Oh, delightful. We should have you overcome. What do you want to roll to try to overcome?
Let's take a peeky pie at some of these things real quick. Oh, this doesn't have descriptors. This just has the moves. Oh, no. Is there somewhere that has the game reference, maybe?
Move reference has overcome on column D.
Yeah,
Like
sorry. I
info.
just meant I was looking for something that gave a little bit more info on the stats.
If you hover over no, that doesn't.
Yeah, it just gives you the
tells me,
basic move. Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of what you think they are. Courage, grace, sense, wisdom.
I
Which in particular
think
did you have a question about? I'll try to describe it more fulsome. More.
I'm thinking either courage or wisdom, maybe. Do you have any vibes or thoughts?
Definitely seems more courageous than wise to do
Yeah,
this.
let's go. Okay, yeah, let's
You
go
would have to
courage.
talk me into wise.
I would say or blood, in my opinion, because blood is kind of like physicality. And if you're overcoming the potential of poison, that seems like it might be a, constitution type thing.
I mean, I'll take blood if Rich will allow it, but I felt like Overlord Rich. But I felt like I was
Overlord Rich.
maybe angling too far to reach for my best stat immediately.
I think that the holocron wants you to use blood, so let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Oh shit! Still just a 7.
Oh. So on a 7 with 7 to 9, you choose one. Pay a price to take the 10 plus result, or create a temporary solution. Temporary solution will delay the threat, but when the time is up, it'll be back in force. I will tell you when.
Let's see, what bonds do I still fucking have? Can't damage my Oron bond by doing this because he's already damaged. Ooh.
Cherdog has saved you from the poison.
What about Versi Diamond? Because this is what certainly not like damaging her bond by making these choices. Because this is not what a proper royal and heir should be doing. This is the exact opposite.
It's true. It's true. Fictionally, because I don't imagine Verzi is in this space for some reason, because we haven't described her, we haven't asked after her. How does she find out about this? And that's the last thing I'll need, and I'm fully on board. I just want to make sure I know how she knows, so that I can properly portray her.
Let me know how you feel about this, Cody. I'm pretty sure you have some kind of messaging capability, and she is your spouse, and this is something against what you want. And I kind of almost imagine this idea of almost unintentionally Oron like having like a no don't moment or something, and it reaches out to Versi, who gets like an image shared between their senses of Darren doing the stupid.
Yeah, yep, nailed it. Yeah, that's perfect. I think it's 100% that. I think Oron is incredibly irate and not at all at peace, and I think his control over his motions, I think it basically is like a subconscious flare up of whisper on the wind, right? He can message a bond with somebody and they hear that kind of thought, that message. So yeah, Versi probably gets a, no, Darren, no. And then she's just like, well, what the fuck was that?
She's
And
back at the ship, like, what?
yeah.
No. Sweet. Good. That sounds great.
Yeah, and Darren grabs the whip, and we see, I think there's a moment where the dark, actually, real quick, let me look at a picture of the spider. Let me see what the spider's color patterns are.
I can link you to it, but I was a little nervous about putting it on screen because it is.
No, put it on screen, I ain't got
All
no,
right.
unless someone else has issues with spiders. Don't,
We
but I
have
don't.
we have no safety tools against spiders. No one's marked anything. So, but for those watching, I'm about to put on screen a very gross, scary looking spider, and this will last for the next 20 to 30 seconds tops. That is a pain back.
Ew, yeah, that does look kinky.
That's a fucking nightmare. That was worse than the one I saw. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like
But
spiders. I don't have, it's not, it's, I'm like, it's a dislike that's willing to be grossed out by them. Yeah, awful. Fuck that. I'm out of here.
so we see
The
that
hell out of
light.
here.
We see that light purple start to encroach up the veins of Darren's body, like lightly, and then instead he like flicks his wrist and the whip kind of lashes out, and as he does, just a shining gold blasts up through like the veins and like almost evaporates any and all of that purple. And I think Oron specifically notices there is a red light chasing that gold. It's so faint, and it's like a dusting, but it's there as it cleans out, any and all of that poison, and the whip sort of lashes a little.
I think Darren or Oron, whatever scroll or book it was that he knew had these weaknesses of the order, I think he kind of puts it into his robe, lowers his head, and he says, we must continue.
Mm-hmm. Yes, give
I
me
think
one.
during all of this, Nanta has finished eating and has started to get he is already a few steps ahead, trying to get a head start on everyone because
Smart.
he knows they'll fall behind.
Smart not to. There is something that Darren pulls from his pack, and if you scroll down on the little keeper, there is a sort of bejeweled little sort of circlet that Darren has that he doesn't necessarily wear, that is of his people, that is of his station. And I think you see him pry the gem off, which is from Voron, because one of the things about Voron that they wanted, Vorok, Vorok, blah, 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 Voron, that they wanted was that there are these really powerful crystals that are very similar to the crystals that charge lightsabers and that are used in their manufacturing and exacto blades. And I think Darren takes that and somehow instinctually knows where to slide it to make this whip active.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Light whip, light whip. Ready to go.
Excellent. Now you are strong enough to defeat Darren Malicos.
And then in his head, I told him I didn't. Oh, no, go for it.
Do not let Oren's weakness cause you to falter.
I told you I didn't need to take from my friends to be whole.
Though you are right. Together we will defeat Terra Malicos.
And go for it, Rich.
I was about to switch over to ask
Okay. I was just
Oron.
gonna say,
Mhm.
Darren, when you say time to go, at least Darren doesn't rush ahead. He does seem to be waiting to let Oron go first.
Aw, see? Just like you wanted.
Mm, mm. I don't know if I want
Nemesis.
Darren with a light whip at my back, but that's fine. Yeah, Oron tucks it away. He sees what Darren does. And so Darren now has a Beskar sword and a light whip, an absolute madman over here. And Oron just looks to him. Darren, you can see, I think, you can see in Oron's eyes that he's disappointed and very overcome. And he just says, we'll discuss all of this when we get back and safe, but we need to get through here first. We need to make it through alive.
So, Nanta, what you see? There's definitely something going on there. Cherdahl is watching you, uh, as if he thinks you're gonna attack the others any moment now. How are you? What are you doing in this weird little anteroom?
All this weird stuff. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. It's not something that means anything to me. What means something to me and what I'm eager to do is I'm eager to um uh get higher in this tower to find this Taron Malikos. Because um before I'd left, I'd been told from the other Dathomirian woman that something important was there. And um I want to get business done. This has been hard.
Cool. So, you there's a question, Cody. I'll just ask aloud.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you learn
I
those
I
elder arts?
I wasn't sure if that was something I could do now. I thought it might take like downtime of, being between scenes to like study it and meditate and stuff. But yes, Oron is going to do so. Because from Oron's point of view, he sees this thing, and yes, there's this, there's Sith power here, but what really interests Oron is this distinct labeling of the Order's weaknesses. And the Order fell, and did the Force guide him here to find what those weaknesses are, to shore them up, to get rid of this text so that others couldn't use it against the Order, so others couldn't use it against Jedi in the future, right? This is all, hey guys, this is all above board, of course. Oron's doing this for the right reasons. So yes, Oron is going to learn those elder arts.
Okay, cool. There we go. Excellent. So, yeah, Oron spends a few moments, and then
Holy shit.
What?
Where should I put these, Rich? I need some more elder art moves.
I know you're just gonna have to figure it out. It's a really long character keeper. I'm sure you'll find a place.
All right.
Make sure you put them front and center because I want to see you use them. I think they'll be helpful, very helpful. You now have a bond with Terra Malicos, and he has one with you.
Oh,
That's fine. We've always had a bond.
It's true. Right?
Just it was a little unspoken before, but what's the bond, Rich?
Oh, his bond. Oh, I see him more clearly.
Okay.
And his bond with you is, my brother has returned. Now, he may not be saying like blood brother. It may be like brother in we are of like mind. We are
Oh, no,
alike.
I know.
Could be.
Well, you know what? I mean, I hate to be the guy, but Oran has never had a last name.
True. There is that as well. No, you guys.
Can we take a break? I need to use the bathroom and I'm losing it.
That
This
sounds
is
good.
insane.
Yeah. Hey, let's take a bio break. I'm sorry, I forgot to call one. I got all mixed up.
Yeah, I was.
Cool, we're back. I hit record after some chat, so sorry you don't get to see it, but maybe you'll see the fruits of it. You guys are moving on. The three of you, Nanta, Darren, Oron, and of course Cheerdal, moving up the stairs. And I imagine Oron, as you are thinking about those elder arts and the bond that you now share with Terran Malikos, and he shares with you. You also realize that you're not to the apex of the tower, and the as you go across the stairs, you see floor. As you're starting to rise up, you come to another level, and there are lights here, soft burning candle lights, and you hear like the scratching sound of a pen or a quill or something on paper. And as the lot of you rise up to this next level, the stairs go on, you see there's a hooded figure that is just writing, and there are a couple of books open on this stout stone table. There is a wooden chair. It's the first wooden thing you've seen here. You've seen bound books, but no things made of wood. The wooden chair looks comfortable. Uh, and you hear some a fleshy, pale hand pulls a book over closer to them. They have their back to you, wearing a cloak, but you can see their arms. And what do you do?
Do
I
I
will say
recognize? Go ahead, Kay.
I was gonna say it's so clear to Oran that Darren just wants to like go in for the kill, but he is not. He is deferring to you in this moment.
Oh, it's nice. I like that.
Yeah. Does Oran recognize the humming, the song?
He does. It is a song that was taught in the Jedi Order to help you memorize your alphabet uh, in basic Arabish.
Well, then Oran is going to hold his hand up to the gathered party, the fellowship, and he's going to speak clearly across the room. And he's going to say, I haven't heard that tune in many years.
Then we see this person turn around. He has a long white beard. Do you see there's like along his exposed part of his chest, there seems to be some kind of brand or an old cut that hasn't healed properly. It's hard to tell exactly. They're Oron. He reaches and pulls back the cowl. And you feel free, everyone, to look in the Empire tab of our keeper to see what he looks like underneath the cowl. It's been so long.
Terran, I expected to find you at the apex of this tower.
What brings you here, brother? Have you come to learn?
I have not. I have come with my fellowship to deliver a lesson of my own.
What is this lesson? I am always eager to expand my knowledge.
It is a lesson not for you, Terran. It is for the Empire. You do not have to be here. You do not have to fall with them. But the Empire and their forces, the galaxy is done with them.
Yeah. You missed so much, brother, when you were gone. So very much. The order fell. The Emperor rose. Those few Jedi who survived did not do so for long. They were hunted. It was a terrible time. He scoots the chair back and stands. Who are your friends? Should be a good host, should I not?
You would be a better host if you just fled now.
No. Leave, my brother. That's what you do. You flee for the chance to have a few moments of bliss with a woman in her arms.
I did not flee. I followed the will of the Force, something that I fear you have turned your back on long ago. And if you will not flee now and leave your place of power in the Empire, Oran ignites his saber, then we will have to remove you. This is your final chance. Turn your back on the dark forces at work here or fall.
If you ignite your saber, Darren will, for the first time, ignite this whip behind you.
An interesting
Nanta-
little Padawan you have. What's Nanta do?
Nanta has been, edging along, trying to stay out of the way while they chit chat, trying to get around. Yeah.
I sense a son, Oron?
Oran's going to try and keep a stone face.
I am Prince Darren von Vorlock.
No. You're a trifle. You have a son, Oron. You do. Strong in the ways of the Force. You're wrong about me, my brother. I have not turned my back on the Force at all. I turned my back on the fallen order, on the remnants of that dead thing. I sense that perhaps you've gained a greater understanding of the Elder Arts. You and I, we're not so different now.
We are far, far more different than you realize. You turned your back on those that needed you most. It is not a brave or smart or good thing that you have done by turning your back on the so-called fallen order. Yes, the temple on Coruscant fell. Yes, many of our members died. But the order is strong so long as there are those of us out there who keep it burning bright in our chest. And I'm going to step forward and I'm going to ready my saber in a dueling stance towards Terran.
This is your choice.
It was your choice, Terran. You've had all of the options laid before you. You've had all the time, years, to do what is right, to do what the light side would have of us. There is no saving you, it seems. And for that, I am sorry, brother. But I cannot allow you to continue in the way that you are.
puts his hands out, and you see this movement, and a pair of lightsaber hilts slip out, moved by the force to his hands. He ignites both and crosses them, and then pulls back into a Jedi stance, except his blades are blood red. And then you hear screaming, not the howling of those not living, walking dead things from outside, but from above, and running down the stairs as if on cue, as if they have been waiting with bated breath, are dozens of Zabraks. And they are going to come teeming forth to try to squeeze you guys in the middle here in this circular space where Terran Malikos has his pair of lightsabers. Darren,
Yeah.
this is it. Your chance. Oren will steal your thunder. You must kill Terra Malikos. He must die by your hands. We will do this.
Why does it matter whose hands he falls by as long as he falls to us?
You will take his power as your own. Do you want Oren to have it? He will squander it.
He has good reason.
You have better reason. You are a noble. He will serve you.
So then why not let him serve me with that power?
You've seen. He took some of Tyron's power, and now he will fight him, and the cycle will repeat, Darren. But if you're too cowardly, if you are allowing your better to do this, I understand.
Who are you?
I am your greatest friend, Darren von Warlock. Lightsabers clash. Nanta, I imagine you've gotten yourself into some kind of really good position. Are you going to do something sneaky, or are you going to let them have their audible fight?
Yeah, actually, I was kind of sneaking up around, but whenever I hear the screaming from above, I think I'm going to take the desk he was sitting at, like a wooden desk, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm going to shove it up against the entrance of the stairway coming down, to try to block it somewhat. So I'd like to overcome.
Nice. And just so we have the appropriate picture, because I really think it's a good picture. This is... Oh, I hit the wrong button. All right. This is what Terra Malikos looks like. Yeah. He looks kind of dope.
Yep. So this is all on you, Oron. I'll try and keep the others off, but yeah.
Get you guys all working together. I love it. This is amazing. You guys are wonderful. I'd like to see you
Why is Tyler
overcome.
cracking his knuckles? What's the nemesis doing? Is that the matron's music?
Hey, Rich.
Hey.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What color that whip?
Oh, it's a phosphorescent green. It drips. It's the color of Dathomir. It's not red though, so it's obviously good. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Surprising. I thought the gem Darren put in it was red.
Oh, weird. It's not red yet.
Or would it be gold?
Ooh. Interesting.
Does that exist? Is there gold lightsabers? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those exist for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Like with great frequency recently, but I love it. And for now, it is green, but perhaps it will change colors.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be purple. We got time.
Okay. Let's see Nanta overcome the Knight brothers who are still fanatically loyal.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. That's with any stat. I think this is probably Grace. Is
Oh,
my
did you
guess.
take the healing to go from to remove one of the two damages to courage?
I did not.
Okay.
I believe that I need to get something at the end or some other kind of major healing to get through that, like some downtime.
Something at the end is
Yeah,
what I thought for the necrotic, but I thought you could heal
yeah,
the other half of it. But it's still marked regardless, so that's
yeah,
all good.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. What stat would you like to use here for
I think
overcoming?
Grace is probably the thing that's mostly like dexterity kind of stuff to block
Yeah.
the.
You're also good at it. That's a good it's good. I like it.
I am good at that. Not that good. That's a 5.
Oh. Oh my. Well, on a miss with overcome. Oh, it's just I get to do a thing, right? It doesn't have a
Yep.
miss condition. Awesome. Great. So yeah, Nanta, how were you trying to overcome? How were you trying to destroy these Night Brothers, these Zabraks?
Yeah, so my intention was to take that desk that he had been sitting at and scoot it out of the way, like I knock it over, and I want to try and block the stairway coming down where they're kind of running down to get into this room.
Oh yeah. So you grab that table to try to knock it over, and from underneath, these baneback spiders crawl up, and several of them crawl onto you, uh, and they bite you. Yeah, yeah, they bite you. So I
I
think
think I
you,
stop, drop, and roll, so I'm going to roll around and try and get them off. But yeah,
yeah, choose a stat and mark it.
I'm not going to mark Grace since that's what I was using.
It seems appropriate. Yeah, and you're dropping and rolling, and they're hissing and trying to bite you some more. That's a thing that Churdal's not going to help you with. So Oron, it seems like you've entered into a duel, an
I
honorable
have.
duel.
Um, I'm going to attempt to. Um, Oron Terran has these two lightsabers out. He hears the crack of the light whip over his shoulder. He's worried about Darren engaging with Terran, and so he's going to try and take Terran's focus and really work to keep his attention on him, hoping to create an opening for Freya to step from the shadows behind him.
It
Not all
sounds
battles
like
need to be
you're
honorable duels.
acting as a distraction
I
here.
am
You are trying to keep them busy. Please roll with courage.
cool. And now, if I'm using, I'm not. How does it work if I'm trying to set up Freya? Am I using Freya? Do I mark that bond as a thing that it's helping me do this, or is that a separate thing? I guess not. Let me see here. Jedi companions, they have pack hunter. This is sort of a pack hunter thing.
Oh, for sure. It definitely is. The thing is, though, it sounds like you're trying to set her up to make a wholly separate move.
Okay, got it. So I'll roll this, and then that separate
But
move would
wait,
be.
wait. But she can't roll dice is the thing. So she
Mhm.
can help you roll dice.
Yes, that's my hope, I guess, is to. 'Cause I know I need to overcome you or to finish them or any of those steps. You need advantage, so I'm trying to get an advantage by getting
By
the
keeping him
pack
busy.
hunter. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna use Freya
Mm-hmm.
to give you the ability to roll with hope to keep him busy.
Yes, perfect. Love that. Okay, so I'm going to be rolling 3 dice. Keep them busy is courage. Of course, my courage is really high with a 0. So
That's very high. That's as high as it gets.
it doesn't get any higher. It's like golf.
Yep, exactly.
All right, keeping them busy. Taking the 2 higher dice. A 4 and a 2 and a 1.
4 and a 2 is good. That gets a 6. Now, what do you add to that? Your courage, which makes it a 6.
Mm-hmm.
That in the biz we call that a miss.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
What happens, Overlord? What happens?
Yeah, I think he oh. Okay. Um you're trying to buy time for Freya, and he does the like no look shot and just Freya slicing into her, and she falls, like, hurts bad, and that is his move. It's like, hold on, a wolf, really?
Does that mean I mark the other use of the bond, or is that how that works?
You do, yeah.
Damages them.
You will have to help her. He
Got it.
damages your last bond, and Freya's useless until you do something for her.
Yep.
Really. Perhaps I should fight the child.
I attack. I mean, as soon as he
sounds good. Darren, what are you doing?
I see Nanta's in trouble. Freya goes down. Oron is locked in battle with, or trying to lock in battle with Terran Malchus. There's all these Night Brothers swarming these spiders. And I'd like to, and let me know if you're okay with this, Tyler. I have a move called Noble Bearing. Your allies are always where you need them most. When you are in dire need, this seems like a dire need situation, maybe. You may erase one of your bonds to have the person listed in that bond appear at your side. So I think we see like Darren, and he's fighting and he's doing well, but it's like he's never used this light whip before. And there's like 7 or 8 Night Brothers just on him, and he's slowly backing, and his back, he thinks his back's about to hit the wall, but it doesn't. It hits against the clocked form of another, and Matron Chevelsa is there.
I love the move. Can I come in slightly differently?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
All right. So you're fighting, you use your move. Rich, about how big is this room?
Ooh, that's a great question. I was imagining that it was quite a large space, so we could do Jedi jumping around stuff.
Oh, good. I'd like a large space then.
Fill it.
Then I think, Darren, is there any sort of, like, do you call out to Chevelsa? Are you opening up with like your force to let her know that you need her help?
Yeah, I think there's I think as you can kind of almost hear the sort of flick of the strands of light as Darren calls out through this stillness, the force, whatever it may be called, and says, Matron Chevelsa, the time has come. We are taking back Dathomir. We need your help. It is time to rise against your land's oppressors. But his voice, it's shaking a little. There's like an underlying fear.
Oh my.
Oh. I think you hear from above, from that stairway, this enormous crashing noise, perhaps even like the sound of a ship that has come into vicinity. And from down the stairway, this crunching, slamming sound as through the archway steps Dulac with Matron Chevelsa on his back. And Your Highness, I have come to help. And as Dulac sort of swings with his, actually, he's going to charge straight into the Night Brothers, I sort of lift off of his back, and I'm going to force lightning into Darren there. Isn't that his name, Mal?
Darren Malikos? Yes. That sounds good. Oh man. While you're getting that die roll ready, I just wanted to show there are a couple of great pics of Knight Brothers that I found, and I think the art from Fallen Order is exquisite. So just real quickly, there are archers among them, and also warriors who carry these wild looking brutish clubs or maces. So you're going to force lightning Terran Malicos. Coming in on the save.
Yes.
They owe you so much. You're just I think there's a moment of like, oh, this is great. You're here to help in Terran Malicos's eyes. But they try to strike him down.
So I think, well, first off, as Dulac does his charge, he's counted as a threat since he's my companion. So his charge, I'm using his threat descriptor of sorry, I'm having to push through so many tabs. Destruction personified. Dangerous charge that causes damage to anyone in the way. So he'll charge forward and just sort of do a damage attack on the Knight Brothers as he runs into them. But because it's dangerous, he will also do collateral damage, which Rich, you get to decide what that collateral damage is. It could be hurt someone else, destroy something, make a huge mess,
Oh
whatever.
man, I love it. I think it's funny if Darren takes some damage from this.
Oh, that's
Oh,
perfect. Yeah.
Go for it. Hurt me.
What's an Arnold voice?
You know Predator. When Arnold
Do it.
do
Yeah.
it, do it now, kill me, come on,
Get to
do
the
it, kill me.
Okay, sorry, I did not. I
No,
was
I've
for
never
some reason
seen
thinking of
the
Hey
movies.
Arnold, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
you're just
don't
not
get
always
those.
thinking of the Predator at all times. Wow, all right, must be nice.
I don't know if I've actually ever seen any of his movies.
What is
Some
going
are
on,
good.
Kay? Listen, I get it. Star Wars is a specific thing. You haven't. I'm just muting myself again.
Yeah, good call. Just mute yourself. It's no way to fix it.
Oh wait, I did see Batman and Robin in 1997. Okay, he was in that.
Great. That's okay. Bye. Okay. Yes. Please mark a stat. Darren, I think I'm gonna mark your grace as this thing comes rolling in and stomps on your foot.
Uh,
And it's moved through to try to hurt folks. How did you roll there, or have you yet rolled? What did
I have not yet rolled because I think what I'm going to be doing is
Mhm.
a keep them busy on Terra because we don't have advantage yet, so I need to because Cody didn't get advantage, so we don't
Correct.
have it on him yet. So I need to try to create an advantage for someone to be able to strike at him. So I'm going to be doing keep them busy, which is off of courage, which is by far and away my worst thing.
Mm-hmm. I like when you guys use your worst things. It's good. It's a good call.
Yeah. So here we go. I got a 10. No, I got a 9 because of -1.
Oh man, because of -1, you got a 9 on 9 and keep them busy. 7 plus, you buy some time and their attention is all on you for now. On a 9 minus, they will retaliate against you when the time is up. Yeah, there we go. And you're not using ammo, so you don't have to use
No,
ammo.
I'm using in my descriptor it says flame, but since we're kind of it's gonna be force lightning, I think, rather than flame. So
For
it doesn't catch him
sure.
on fire. But
Sorry.
there's waves of it that start wrapping into him, and I suppose he's trying to deal with it as I
Yeah.
say, I have returned for my home.
Oh, it's good. I pull it for you, but the dice may not agree. That's amazing. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure. Darren, you just got wounded, and Oron seems to be not doing great in this fight. And Matron Chevelsa Henri's, you summoned her. She's now, I think he's Terran Malicos has one of his lightsabers up and he's able to block some of the lightning, but the other pieces are getting through, and we see the lightning like tickle over his face, and occasionally we'll see his skull like superimposed in wild CGI, getting electrocutedness that harkens back to Return of the Jedi. And Nanta, you were trying to deal with the spiders dropped and rolled after failing to uh, take care of the Night Brothers. Um, as as you're trying to gain your balance, you hear a thunderous boom outside that for a moment reminds you of your time in the forest moon of Endor, like the crack of lightning and the sound of thunder. And the entire tower just teeters just a little bit as there's a tank that's firing on some things outside. What do you do?
So have I been able to get all the spiders off of me? Is this something I need to deal with or avoid?
They did their damage. They're crawling all over you, but I think you could roll out of the way. They're just going to be coming back towards you, right? They can't just
Yeah.
hang on and keep doing damage. That's not fair and not even super interesting.
Yeah, so I think I'm actually going to run the opposite direction. There's this giant thing that just came in that is very scary. I'm going to get away from it and move in a different direction, and get away from these spiders that are hurting, and that lightsaber battle. I'm going to stay way away from that. I think I'm going to, now's my only chance. I'm going to go to Chevelza. And since she just showed up on site, I'm going to tell her that her sister brought me from the afterlife, so that I could tell you that the damage to Dathomir is your fault, because you allowed Malicos to reign here, and you must fix this. I'm glad that you're taking the first steps.
And that knowledge from beyond the grave is going to damage one of your stats, Matron Chevelza.
Oh.
So please damage your sense. As the mother's words ring painfully true.
I will look over at Nanta, which we have some history.
And I stand up to you.
I am trying to fix this.
Do better.
Get good, scrub.
And I think there's kind of that turn away and a bit of shame and anger.
Can I use that as some form of encouragement?
The do better? If you want to
Well,
do that to
just
try
this conversation. I wasn't sure if there was something mechanically we needed to do
do you have a
for this
bond?
discussion.
Do you
We do
feel
have a
like,
bond.
yeah, do we think that we've rebuilt or we built a second bond?
Yeah, I
DM
think
good reason
okay.
for a bond.
Yeah, in this moment we have a shared enemy. And
Like
you're
it.
directly attacking Talon, and I think that so what could Nanta do to help you? Because I think he sees this as kind of his mission.
Um, I think that as you're saying this, and we're and I'm still trying to concentrate. We're seeing this there. We've seen Orin kind of push back. Who would I? God, I'm so. There's a good choice in it. Must make the way clear, so that the young prince may strike him down.
Yeah. And I think I will. I'm going to rush in with. I think I've got an axe, and try to clear the way for Darren to jump in. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I actually get up close enough to Oron and kind of wave him back, like, get out of the way.
Back up, old man.
That's right.
The youngs are here to fix it. That's
And I'm gonna
hilarious.
take the bond with Nanta of Nanta is my conscience.
Oh.
So you're going to keep them busy then, Nanta, after forging
Oh,
that
yeah.
bond? Okay.
Let's do that. That does sound like what I'm doing. Okay.
And are you working in concert with Unrees in hope and rolling in hope?
Yes, absolutely.
We have bonds.
Okay, so that means I have disadvantage from having that stat damaged, but the rolling with hope evens that out, so I just make a
Exactly.
normal
So a
roll.
regular roll with courage.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. That is a total of 10.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. Oh, man, that's so
Yes.
good. Okay, so yeah, you come in to buy time and Terra Malikos chuckles. It's just not quite a wolf. But he's focusing on you, Nanta, which buys an open. Yes.
I was going to say, I think that what this looks like on screen is I come in close and it's kind of laughable. And that's whenever I throw one of those spiders into his face to distract him. Right?
He's been lightning. He's got spiders. This is great.
Pocket spider.
So Darren,
Yeah.
it seems like you've been set up here. Tyler checking in. Does this qualify to be able to do a finish them, like the keep them busy?
Yeah.
That leads to
we
it.
got
Okay.
him kept busy. We got the advantage. We got 2 on him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
And we have bonds reciprocal, Darren, so you should have hope.
Well, I damaged my bond with you
No.
because I called you with noble bearing.
Oh, did it damage it?
I believe it says when you are in you may erase one of your bonds to
Oh,
have
yeah, then we don't have. Is yours
we
with
don't.
Nanta broken?
No, I do have one with Nanta.
Then you still got hope. Good.
Yeah, I think Darren starts to stride forward to do it. Does Orin try or say or do anything to stop him?
I think you've been set up too well. I think the opening's
Okay.
there, right? Not to roll the 10 on that.
Yeah, no. So I think I'm gonna go in for the kill. And he's got, this light whip in one hand and the Beskar blade in the other. And he's gonna try to attack with both. And I think as he gets in closer, actually, let me roll before I try to say a cool thing.
Yeah,
God may be
it's
cool.
always wise. Always wise.
So that is a 6, 7, 8 plus 3 is a 11.
Wow. And I'm sorry, which stat did you use?
Blood, sorry, because I'm murdering, right?
That's cool. On blood. On a 10+, they die by your hand.
I wish to attempt to overcome Darren's killing stroke.
Ooh.
Is that something I can do to prevent that harm?
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Is it over? I thought there was a defend move. Am I misremembering?
Oh, maybe it is. Overcome when you attempt to avoid, redirect, or prevent the harm something will cause.
Yeah, redirect.
So I think Oron wants to put his blade out to catch the whip before it, connects, and he wants to try and block it. He doesn't want Darren to do this.
I love this. I want to see if you will let me tweak a roll or tweak a move to help him in this, Rich. Which is when someone else rolls to overcome harm, you would suffer. They are filled with hope for their roll. I think this is emotional harm that I could be doing to myself and damaging myself by doing such a killing blow, damaging Darren's sense of self to do such a nasty, terrible thing. So can I give Oron hope in his role?
That seems very narratively interesting. Tyler, does that violate anything? Think it's close enough? Edge case, I say yes. Damage your emotions
yeah, baby.
to help someone stopping you from doing the thing you want to do. Yes.
Okay, I'm stepping into overcome with hope, so I'll roll 3 dice. I am using courage, I think, it is a the keep them busy type thing. Actually, I guess it's blood, right? It's -1 because I'm stepping in physically. It's -1. It's -1. We'll see if I can successfully do this. All right, here we go. A 10 on the dot. 5 and a 5 -1. Nope, it's a 9. A 9 on the dot.
Oh,
Real quick, before we get to that part of the narrative, just the cool thing Darren says is I think he's got Malicos right on the ropes, and he's slashing and he's attacking with both, and he's like, I am not no one. I am Prince Darren von Vorlock of Voron, and I am a member of the stillness, and I am your end.
Oh man. And then Oron jumps in to try to block it. So, Oron, you can pay a price to take the 10+ result, or create a temporary solution, which will delay the threat, but then it'll come roaring back. And I think paying the price, yeah, I'm really curious where you go.
I think I pay the price, and I think my lightsaber's destroyed.
Oh my God, you read my mind. You're so good. I love it. Yes, yes. And yeah, I think there's a bit of an explosion, and Terran Malicos is knocked to the ground and weakened. The Knight brothers are in shock. Their their god is no longer commanding them. We hear another fire from the tank, and the tower starts to tilt, and then it begins to fall. And that is where we will end this session.
Oh,
Wonderful work.
quick, did Oron have anything to? Was Oron just like, "Don't do it, Darren," or did he just?
Yeah,
it was
did
just
he
a
have a-
physical movement. Did he say anything?
I think Oron, it's all very fast. The killing blow's there. You have him on the ropes. He's fallen. You're swinging down for the killing stroke. Oron puts his lightsaber out. The light whip entangling the blade. The Beskar sword catching the hilt. It exploding. And I don't think Oron says a word. I think it's just he's it's Darren. You can't. And then. So yeah, he tells you can't.
It's not the Jedi way. I have a quick question. Tyler, you're not here next week, correct?
No.
I know. But I thought having it all fall is the best route
so
that we
good.
had with him being gone. So
it's one day we will get that moment where Darren is about to on the precipice, and Oron's one side and Chevelsa's the other, encouraging him, and he has to make the choice one day. One day we'll get there.
so close. Did you strike a blow against the Empire or its leaders?
Yes.
For sure. Did you protect the common folk from harm?
Kind of. Oron brought one back from the dead.
Yeah, they went.
Yes,
They
Oron
went
did it.
out of their way to heal the people who are left. Yes.
Did you learn something new about the Empire and its plans?
we learned not the Empire. I was gonna say we learned a little bit more about the Nemesis' plan, but maybe not the Empire.
Well, let me say aloud that what your characters probably have pieced together. This green smoke liquid stuff.
Zombie armies.
Do what?
Zombie
What?
armies.
Oh yeah, we don't say those words, but yeah, sure that.
Oh, I thought we learned that last time, but maybe we didn't fully learn
Mm-mm.
that.
Well, but you didn't know what the smoke
Hmm.
did. You now know what it does, and you
Okay.
know that it's being extracted. This was not the first extraction. This was the latest extraction. So
All right, you don't have to tell me twice.
yeah. There you go. All right, cool. So we'll say that that is 3 yeses. So what do you guys want to use those yeses for? What you want to heal?
I would like each player refreshes one piece of their gear to its full value. Each player chooses one stat to heal. I would like to choose to refresh my alien healing wine to its full uses from 0 to 2.
Nice.
Personally, I think we're gonna need it.
I think you're right. Okay, that's one use. You got 2 more. Or wait,
Well,
everyone can
everybody
refresh
gets
it,
to
right?
use gear. So if other people aren't missing the gear, we don't have to do that one. I was just
Oh, I
offering.
think other people are missing gear.
Yeah.
I can take it back to spray back.
Yep.
Hmm.
And I would like to heal.
That means everyone would get to heal, and you can't choose someone else to get a second heal. So, and at the moment, I'm part of the fellowship. I will heal your second one, Nanta.
You do have damage.
That's true.
Oh, I do, don't I?
I can heal. I was going to
Well,
suggest healing the second for
No,
Nanta as well.
I will heal yours because I get to cheat. I get healed back at the end of every session.
Ah.
Ooh.
Ooh, spicy.
Am I able to heal my good friend Freya?
That is yes, I think. Yes, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Healing bonds, healing your companions is also in this. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I will heal one from Freya.
Yeah, I don't know, like if the bodyguard got hurt, then that you need to do that in this too. That sort of, or you could do
Girl's
that
fine.
in this too.
We
Oh
didn't.
yeah,
we
it's
di-
it's
yeah, we
one
didn't
stat to
describe it, but
heal.
I
Got it.
imagine Cherdal was fighting a ton of Night Brothers.
Oh yeah, he was fighting Night Brothers. He was wookieing out, especially when Darren
Oh.
was major.
Yeah, my disadvantage is I can't fill my belly or do a recover during a session. But when a session comes to the end, the next time we see me, I'm healed back up.
Which is perfect for some
Nice.
person who only plays bi-weekly in a weekly game. So I'm really thankful for that. Works great. Cool. Does that use up all of your stuffs?
We have
think
one
we-
more. Though, so we've done everybody gets a use back, everybody chooses something to heal, and then the fellowship chooses somebody to level up. I think Darren should level up personally.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you, Warren? I mean, you blocked the blow.
You did block the blow.
Yeah.
But I think
Actually,
Darren
no,
has. Oh, go ahead.
let's say Darren levels up, and then Rich has to choose the other one.
Oh yeah.
I think Darren levels up. Darren, to me, Darren has taken the most steps forward on a path. He's listening to some dark voices. He's trying to fight them. He's got a light whip now. There's a lot that has changed for Darren in this one session.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, cool.
Just a baby.
It looks like. Oh, did you take the level up for going to 5, Tyler? Did you take your new stuff? Because I had it colored yellow to remind you to do that. Sorry.
I do have one more out there.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
Okay, cool. So do that. And I guess I have to level up somebody who's a level 4, which would be Oron or Nanta. And I think I'm going to choose Nanta. You did die and come back.
Yes, exactly. You came back from the brink, man. You survive that, you get an auto level up. That's a house rule now. If you do the last breath move and you come back, you get the level for that session.
Question. Where can I find destinies?
Oh yeah, that's in the book, right?
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, I
create-
looked that up.
Mhm.
I looked that up at some point. I think I mentioned it a week or two ago, but there's this weird rule about you have a prerequisite is to have gone to a place or interacted with some people or something like that.
Yeah, each of the destinies have a prereq that kind of goes with them. So an idea would be to look at them, maybe,
And angle the fiction
okay,
towards it.
right, and then say,
Yeah.
Rich, this is where I'm thinking of. Can we
Okay.
set something up?
I will grab the destinies from the book and transcribe them into a
Sounds good.
file, a Google Doc that I'm sharing in our little Slack convo.
Rich, before we get out, I know we're a little over, but
Mhm.
do you think it is a good, do you want me to be around in next session, or would we rather I had some sort of exit here?
I kind of like an exit because I never am quite as good at everything about your character as you are. So that'd be my preference. If you think narratively we can make it work, if not, I will limp along, and the part of Matron Chevelsa and Reese will be played by me.
Then let me just frame up real quick.
Okay.
As Oren stops this blow and holds Darren back, Chevelza cuts this venomous look towards Oren and looks to Darren. Remember who your friends are, Your Highness. Who comes to your aid and wishes you to grow in power. Looks down to Nanta and gives a little nod. And then we see where the Rancor, she looks to the Rancor scoops up one of those Night Brothers in its massive claw. And then she steps back and blasts out the wall. I'll use my strength of 100 to use the force to blast out the wall and lift the Rancor out as my ship comes down and we leap over to the ship and take off with that Night Brother.
Nice. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. Great. Okay. Then have we reconciled all the level ups and all the bits before we
I
move
do
I
have
have
on?
a question.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take this at this level up, but one of them is choose a player you have 3 bonds with. The player I have the most bonds with is Tyler, and it would allow me to share a move with them. Can you share a move with the Nemesis?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I have things where I ask others to share with me.
Oh, weird.
I'm still part of I'm part of the fellowship, or I'm part of the players.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. It won't apply this time. I just wanted to check in. Cool. And then Kay, you had something?
Oh, I just have a mechanical question a bit. So like A, what is the difference between damaged and broken bonds? And then B, is there a way to repair damaged bonds, or are they just like how do I do that?
You can repair a damaged bond with the fill your belly, right?
With healing, yeah.
Yeah, with healing. The broken ones you have to forge a new one, correct?
Okay, so
right,
I think
like Nanta and I did.
Yeah, okay. So I think right now my bond is broken with Chevelsa. It is damaged with Versi and the Voron Holocron. And then is my bond broken or damaged with Oron? I have it marked
I
as
know that yours with Zop, or Zop lost his with you.
Zop lost his with me. That I know. But I can't I have it marked as damaged, but I wasn't sure if it was damaged or broken with my bond with Oron.
I don't remember how it happened.
I think ours is damaged. Not. Oh no, no. It's broken because you used the same move on me.
Broken.
Last session you used the same. An ally gets you out of trouble. Darren's always getting in trouble and being like, "I'm just gonna break my bonds and destroy them entirely to get myself saved." I'm Darren von Vorlock. I'm a prince.
So yeah, so it's erased. It'll have to be remade.
Okay, so I need to remake bonds. Oh, that's so fitting with both Chevelsa and Oron. But they're damaged for Versi and the Voron Holocron. So those I can fix by feel your belly. Okay, thank you.
Did we have any healing left in that healing move? Was there one left in it? 2 to Nanta.
Oh, I mean, I
One.
could. I will keep my grace damaged, and I will heal a bond if
I think
that's.
there was one left over. There was
Yeah, I think there was.
4 to spend.
I think Oron had one.
I used mine on to heal my companion.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so I will keep my damaged grace because that's more fun, and I will heal my bond with the Voron Holocron.
Oh, he's very happy about that. If it's a he, I mean they.
I kind of in my mind believe that it is the sun, right? That's it's Oron's son in there that's trying to turn me into a Sith. Is where I've been playing it, but that's a Rich thing.
What in tarnation what do you think is going on here, Kay? Rich,
I don't know.
what's happening?
Rich is writing something down.
Let us move to wishes, friends. Thank you for
Stars.
playing over. I appreciate that. Who has wishes? Oh, Cody, don't forget you're our scribe, sir.
Already on it, and I'll just go over
Oh.
my wish because I just typed it all out. I don't even fucking know. Maybe we need, and then I said, now I gotta know what this holocron is. Holy shit, I gotta see what's going on there. Also, I think I'd like to send the rebellion after targets. Like, I think that's a feature, right? Is sending forces and like using that meta currency. And we've done it a few sessions ago, and I really enjoyed that. And since I think we're kind of wrapping up this planet, it makes a good time to kind of do that again. So I would like to see that happen.
Yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. Thank you, Cody. Who's next for wishes?
I'll throw mine in since it's will be next week. I hope y'all do amazing, awesome things. There's a wish, but in the next one, I would like a chance to actually non-combat talk with the Fellowship and turn over Her Majesty and all that sort of stuff. Have a moment where we can have as calm a conversation as is possible between us as a group.
That's a great wish, and I absolutely will make space for that. Thank you. Kay, it sounded like you were on the verge.
Yeah. I definitely would like a not well, I guess it could be combative, but Darren and Oron gotta have a talk. I feel like that's gotta happen. There's gonna be some fallout discussion, something after what happened in this tower. And then not necessarily a wish, but Rich, if you could build out whoever the parent of Finn Ross is, because that's I think who is in charge now.
Oh.
Of
Well, I don't have a picture for them, so they're probably dead.
oh, okay, so then Finn Ross is in charge. If they are dead now, then
We'll
Finn
see.
Ross is.
We'll see. Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe,
okay. Did
yeah.
Judas kill both his own parent, his I don't know the gender
I mean,
neutral term.
the Empire killed them.
Oh, the
Darren.
Empire? Okay.
The Empire
Yeah, I
killed
mean,
them,
that's probably
obviously.
who's supporting Judas now. I mean, I imagine that we've sent in troops.
They're either
him.
dead or imprisoned, and Judas is in
Okay.
charge. Just so we're
I
on
still
the
need a name though for them because that's who, which we
Okay.
could theoretically put together, just because that's who Darren is going to be like. If you're not in charge, who's in charge? Like when talking to his sister.
For sure. That sounds great. Yeah. I will try to think of names and look for pretty.
Things that'll go with Leo Fira, Darren, Judas, and Finn Ross.
Yeah, there's something ass. I'll find an ass name and we'll be good. Thank you, Kay, for giving me the heads up that I need to do that work. I will put it off until probably Saturday at 7:59.
Yeah, probably a name for Judas's parent and their genders because they have not been, whoever Judas's parent is and whoever Finn Ross's parent is.
Sounds good. Good for me to make that happen. Cool. Then Steven, you've been quiet, friend. Do you have any wishes? Are you wishing?
I've been racking my brain. I don't really have any wishes. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay, as long as it's no wishes because everything's good, I'm okay. But if there are no wishes because all hope is lost, then I'll be sad.
And stars?
Yeah. So Steven, you went last with wishes. You could go first with stars.
This was a fantastic session. I'll take two and then circle back if no one else hits this stuff. One was I liked how we engaged with the mechanics quite a bit. There was a lot more wounding of people and using of items, which is something we had wished for before, and I think that was great. It made things more dynamic. I know it's more work to deal with that stuff, but I think that helped show a little bit more of the economy of what was going on in the system. And I loved that last scene with the, you know, between Chevelza and Darren and Oren. It was like, okay, I want to help Darren kill this guy. Darren goes in to kill this guy and submit to the temptations, and then Oren stops it. And that whole sequence was just great and fit really well. Yeah.
Really good. Cool. Kay, did you have any stars?
Do I have stars, Richard? Rich, I absolutely adore Taryn Malkos. I didn't know what this guy was going to be like, and there's something so wonderful that, like, where do we find him? We find him on a middling floor, sketching things out, and that whole, like, I have not and also his interest in Oron's son. Oh, that was good. That was some delicious moment there. Maybe even like foreshadowing things, depending on how this all plays out. That was chef kiss.
Thank you.
Tyler, I love the matron so much. I love a good femme badass. I love a good, I am an anti-hero fan all the way. And just so good. I love her setting, because like I truly think, like Matron Chevelle said, thinks she is helping Darren and doing good by Darren. And that juxtaposed against Oren's idea of what is good for Darren and helping Darren is just such a fun interplay. Her giving him hope, and then him giving Oron hope. This is so great. Also, you fucking showed up on that giant thing that's name I don't remember because I don't understand Star Wars. That was so beautiful. Yes. Stephen, I love all the little moments you described for Nanta. Like, I think one of my favorite moments of this game, even as much as I love all the drama, I love all the crazy high key notes. I love little Nanta just rolling on stairs to get up them. It's so good. Like, I feel like you do so much with so little, if that makes any sense. Yeah, you do so much, and it just speaks such volumes to like the tactical way you allow him to think and go. And I and Darren both idolize Nanta. And then Cody, like it's so good. It's so perfect. The don't do it, the grabbing and the flicking of the wrist and the overcoming, and then letting me come in there and fucking make that picture and touching that is, yeah, so great. I adore playing with you, Cody. I think this is only our second game comparatively where I've played with the rest at least quite a bit more. And yeah, I love the foiling and everything else going on here with these characters. Just yes. More of this game. I'm so glad it got extended.
Yay. Okay, Tyler, any stars out there left for you?
Absolutely. Rich, first off, all the way through this felt dangerous. And it's nice. It feels like you're really getting the role of how to make every moment seem a threat and be. It was just really nice. The zombie attack or the undead attack there at the beginning was really cool, and the consequences, and then the description of our villain, and then getting to get to the all of it just rolled so beautifully. It was just a really nice, tight little session. All right, God, Cody, that was so good. The walk in and talk was fantastic. I love that interplay. That was so good. And then the decision to stop Darren, perfect. The having your lightsaber get destroyed in the process, just exquisite. Just perfect. So good. Darren, in several the restraint, and then the the action moments. It was such a good back and forth play of what's going on in Darren's kind of growth and in his mind. And I thought that was all I love that I was going to show up one way or another. It's so much better that you called me in. That was perfect. Such a nice decision. Oh, so good. And Stephen having not to come over and deliver devastating news, but then back it up with, I see you and you've got to be better. It was so great. And it plays so well off of my bond with you. I don't know if you were coming from that, but it was perfect, which was I need Danta to understand and to have Nanta be this one who just with no fear telling Cheval's, you're on the wrong path. You better get yourself right, was wonderful. It was so good. So just a good session, solid session.
Thanks. Tyler, is it's been great having you for 2 sessions to learn more in feeling more comfortable. And Cody, I didn't want to cut you out. Any stars left for you, sir?
Oh yeah, tons. Everyone, dope ass lines. Rich about Sherdal saying that this is a motherfucker who survived the order. Like he's been around, he knows stuff. Kay about not needing to take from friends to be whole, talking to the holocron. That was sick as hell. Rich, the reveal of having the last breath move, very cool. I didn't realize Nanta was dead, but all of a sudden you're like, here it is, baby, and it's just a flat roll, and it's like it could happen. That was insane. Steven, the light whip, Steven, wonderful stuff. Pocket Spider. Also, whether you know it or not, I love you highlight things in the character keeper as we go over moves, like you click on things to draw. So it just helps to focus and draw attention to it. Also, I always like it because I can kind of get an idea of what Steven's thinking, and it's just like, ooh, all right, what are we doing here? Hey, this fucking dark side trip you're going down is chef's kiss. It's seriously so good. And thus, it's also a huge star to Rich for throwing the right temptations out there, speaking through the holocron. That's awesome. And I love that Kay takes it and runs with it. I love anytime Rich starts with Darren, ... It who knows, because it means Kay is going to do something awesome one way or the other. Tyler, bro, the whole scene of you with the queen, that was wild, so rad. I love the nemesis as a concept, and I love the way you conjure it up. And coming in on the Rancor, hell yeah, absolutely badass.
Oh my god, that was the best. I'm like, I love that. Yeah, I bump into you. I'm thought, oh, that's really good. And then Tosh says, do you mind if I change the entry a little bit? And they come in on him. I'm like, oh my god, that's great.
That's the way to amp it up for sure.
Oh, it was really great partnership there. I love that. That was awesome. Good.
I thought
good
of a wish.
Oh, good.
I did. Something I'd questioned about during the session was I think I actually said in the chat, we should have dark side points, right? I want to see there be mechanical issues. So does that exist with, like, right now the Fellowship, like the Nemesis can move over to the Fellowship. Is there a way that the Fellowship to indicate Darren's
flirting with the dark side?
Dark side or light side, or stillness, where are they? It seems like we're using it all narratively and we don't really know where to lean in. And I'm looking for, are they, is there something we're fighting against, right?
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a mechanical threat, just a narrative threat.
The corruption of Darren.
I'll have to think.
Anyway.
I don't think anything like that exists in Fellowship, Tyler. I don't. Yeah. Okay, but we'll think about it. If I can steal a death,
it seems like there's something that could be dealing with bonds or something.
That's what I was thinking. You could perhaps set up some sort of bond, light with side, dark side.
Yeah.
And then that can play with that hope, despair dichotomy as well.
Well, I think we kind of already have that now that we've talked that through, because Darren has bonds with holocron.
Yep.
And bonds with Auron that represents the light side. So I think maybe we have that mechanically.
Hey.
Okay.
Cool.
Look at us
Thank you.
figuring things out.
Yeah, I like it. Good. That will bring the session to a close. Very late close. Thank you guys all for sticking around. This will stop the recording.